So you're going to see on screen in a second a screenshot from Mike Coppinger's Twitter page, in which he's reporting that a deal is close to being finalised for a fight in August between Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. Yes, Mikey Garcia looks like he's going to be sticking around in the welterweight division, despite the fact that he was comprehensively beaten by Errol Spence, despite the fact he realistically is a lightweight slash light welterweight. He's going to apparently fight Danny Garcia at welterweight. What are my thoughts on this? Well, Danny Garcia is no Errol Spence. Okay, he's a lot more flat-footed than Errol Spence. He doesn't really like guys who box with him. He does tend to have a bit of trouble with that. He's, Danny Garcia, he's obviously not as skilled as Errol Spence, and even though he's got a few nice knockouts on his record, I should say, I don't think he's necessarily a devastating puncher. He needs time and he needs to be able to really wind into his shots to get any maximum power on it. Because he is very flat-footed, and he needs you really standing straight in front of him and giving him opportunities to counter punch you. So in terms of the opponent, Danny Garcia is no Errol Spence. But does he need to be? Because Danny Garcia is still a big welterweight. He's not as big as Errol Spence. But Mikey Garcia is not a welterweight. He's a light welter slash lightweight. He should not be in the welterweight division. Weight divisions are there for a reason. Okay? And I don't care if Errol Spence is the biggest welterweight of the last God knows how many years. If he's way bigger than Mikey Garcia and he hits way harder. The weight division is there for a reason. Errol Spence comprehensively beat Mikey Garcia. There have been people who've moved up through the weight classes, okay, who've moved up two weight divisions, like a Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, I'm not saying Garcia and Leonard are the same, hell no. But they've been able to deal with it. And even the guys, even someone like a Kell Brook, moved up two weight divisions to fight Triple G. He was competitive in that fight before, his eye socket went. Garcia wasn't competitive at all. Once he felt Spence's power, he really was only in there to survive. So he, in my opinion, shouldn't be staying at welterweight. He should be going down to 140, maybe looking for fights against guys like Regis Prograis or Josh Taylor at 140. Even if he could do the Lomachenko fight at 135 or even at a catchweight. But going and staying at welterweight, I don't think it's a good idea. And against Danny Garcia, he may be more competitive against Garcia because, as I said, I don't think Garcia necessarily likes guys who box with him. He is very flat-footed. He's not the quickest welterweight in the world. But even still, I mean, there comes a point where someone's sheer size negates their skill, negates the good little guy's skill. And, I think this is going to be a case of it. And I would expect Mikey Garcia to be more competitive in this fight. And I do think he'll be more competitive. But do I think he'll win? I don't know. Because Danny Garcia, his only two losses. Okay, you could argue that Herrera beat him, and that's fair. You could also argue that Lamont Peterson beat him. That's fair. But his only other two official losses are against Keith Thurman, and that was a split decision. That was a close fight. And again, Sean Porter. Again, that was a unanimous decision as far as I remember, and that was a close fight. So two current world champions. They're the only two losses on Danny Garcia's resume. I don't know. I don't know what Mikey Garcia is thinking, whether he really does believe he can do something at welterweight. Garcia is a terrific fighter, don't get me wrong. But do I think he'll do something at welterweight? I think it's a way too far. I mean, you're talking about a guy who started his career at featherweight. That was about 6-7 years ago. At welterweight now, it's a way too far in my opinion. In my opinion, 140 I think is his ideal weight. He should stay there. Welter is a way too far. Now, he may beat Danny Garcia. I'm not going to say who I think will win because I don't actually know. Because Garcia, even though he's not as good as Spence, his sheer size may play a factor in it. Who knows? And Garcia does have a back foot game, to be fair. He's got a decent back foot game. He showed that against the guy's name Matisse, that he can box a bit on the back foot. So, I don't know. I wish Mikey Garcia all the best, but do I think he should stay at welterweight? I don't. I think go back down to 140. Do what you got to do down there. You've already won a world title down there. Get another world title down at 140 and, see what you can do down there. Welterweight, no. I think you should stay away. But I mean, that's just my opinion. If you agree or disagree, please let me know. Keep it respectful, of course. I'm just giving my opinion based on his last performance. I know it was against Spence, and Spence is a terrific fighter, top 2 welterweight in the world. But even still, there have been little guys in the past who've moved up in weight, moved up 2 weight divisions, and they've been more competitive against maybe more dominant champions too. So let me know what you guys think down below. Leave the like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, I will talk to you after.